Grief can stem from any significant loss, not just the death of a loved one, but also the absence of anything deeply meaningful. While many people associate grief with losing a person, it can also arise from a lost opportunity, a failed relationship, or even grieving someone who is still present. I recently sat down with Ruth Castillo, who has experienced a profound journey with grief. She has faced both anticipatory and sudden losses, including the death of her sibling to cancer and the tragic loss of her 3 sons to gun violence. Ruth's story highlights the diverse and complex nature of grief, showing that it can touch every aspect of our lives. Her resilience and strength offers valuable insights into how we can navigate our own grief journeys.
That's very hard. And I found myself dealing with it very hard because it was sudden. So I was lost and confused. It was very hard. And I just didn't know what to do.
Ruth Castillo is among the many individuals who have found support through the Belize Hospice and Palliative Care Association. This nonprofit organization provides holistic care that preserves dignity and enhances the quality of life for those facing serious or terminal illnesses. Federico Giannelli, S.J., the chaplain with the association, emphasizes that their work often involves addressing grief long before the final goodbye. The organization's compassionate approach helps individuals and their families navigate the emotional and physical challenges of serious illness.
And we call that anticipatory grief. The moment many people receive the diagnosis and the prognosis that it will end their life with this illness, they start already to grieve.
Federico Giannelli, S.J., chaplain with the Belize Hospice and Palliative Care Association, explains the difference between palliative care and hospice care. Palliative care aims to improve the quality of life by addressing the physical, emotional, social, and spiritual needs of a person at any stage of serious illness. On the other hand, hospice care is reserved for those nearing the end of life, typically within 6 months. It offers compassionate support as symptoms progress, ensuring dignity and comfort during the final stages.
Unfortunately, or is part of life, and we all will die. But how we die, where we die, with whom we die, we do have some control on that. So palliative care in hospice care is quality of end of life, is having a dignified, natural, peaceful death. Palliative care and hospice care do not do anything to make faster the end process, but also do not stop the process. Allows the natural process to take natural course.
Psychologist Nasima Reyes sheds light on the complex nature of grief, explaining that while it's often described as a process with identifiable stages, it's rarely experienced in a straight line. People may move through different emotional states in no order, sometimes revisiting earlier feelings as they process their loss. Reyes emphasizes that how someone grieves depends on the depth of their attachment and the personal significance of what or who was lost. This individualized journey highlights the importance of understanding and supporting each person's unique experience with grief.
When it comes to grief, we always talk about denial, the anger, the depression, the bargaining, and then this last place of acceptance. But within that acceptance, it's mainly you coming to a place of recognizing that there's not really anything that I can do. So it's a surrender.
Grief is deeply painful, but it also holds the potential for growth and healing. When the burden feels too heavy to carry alone, the Belize Hospice and Palliative Care Association offers a guiding hand through its bereavement group. This group provides tools, connections, and support for those learning to live with loss. Ruth Castillo, currently on her own journey of grief, shares how the support and resources from the association have helped her navigate this challenging time. Her story highlights the importance of community and compassionate care in the healing process.
Before joining the grief support group, it was like feeling withdrawn, crying, and like feeling angry. And after my brother passed, I got a call from the grief support group, and I say, I need that help. So I went, and first call I get, I attended the first meeting, and I continue with the meeting, and I feel grief is something that stays with you, but with the support group, you learn to cope with it and to live with it.
Sometimes we have the false idea that people grieve when somebody dies, but people can start to grieve before that. For the patient, for the person who is sick, having the possibility to go to work, not being the person that has been her or his whole life, the role that they play in the family, not being able to do what brings to them meaning and purpose in life. That is a grief. That is a moment of loss. Their life is changing drastically and most of the time very rapidly, so very sudden. And yes, it's a struggle. That grief, that adjustment to the new normal, and a normal that will not go back to what it was before, it requires grief a lot.
Grief is an inevitable part of life, but choosing to face it rather than avoid it can lead to personal growth, healing, and a deeper sense of peace. With the right support, grief transforms from a process of mourning into a journey towards strength and a renewed quality of life.
With grief, we can go around, or we can go through. If we will go through and use the support available, we can grow as a person, we can become stronger. And that grief, that loss will no longer lead our lives. The fears will not guide our decisions, daily decisions. So it's a moment of hard work, a moment of healing, a moment of rich peace and better quality of life.
Looking on the bright side, I'm Sabreena Daly.